the new recruits. This is Wigglytuff's guild. To form an exploration team, you need to register your team here. Then you have to train until you become a first-rate exploration team. Yeah. Isn't this place just a little bit odd? No. I've got Casey with me this time. I have to be brave. Pokemon detected! Pokemon detected!
Whose footprint? Whose footprint?
The footprint is Eevee's! The footprint is Eevee's! Ah! No, I can't lose it now.
You may enter. Someone's with you. Get that stranger to stand up here.
I think they mean you, Casey. They said to stand up here. There's a grate covering the hole. It's made so no one can fall through. Still, it's really strange. Looks like it'll tickle my feet, or...
Hey, stranger, get on the grate!
Fine. The footprint is,
What's the matter? Sentry? Sentry? What's wrong, Sentry Diglett?
Dink.
Hello, Tech. What an observation system. A hole right in front of the tent.
The footprint is... maybe Charmander's? Maybe Charmander's.
What? Maybe?
But it's not a footprint you normally see around here.
That's pretty crummy. Checking the footprints of visiting Pokemon. That's your job, isn't it, Diglett?
Yes, but I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. What? Are they arguing?
Sorry to make you wait. Well, it's true, you don't see any Charmander in these parts, but you don't seem to be bad. Okay, good enough. Enter.
I'm so nervous, so jittery. But I'm glad we're finally allowed in. My heart's pounding, though. Anyway, let's go. There's a hatch that leads underground. Oh, whoa. So this is Wigglytuff's guild. There sure are a lot of Pokemon here. Do they all belong to exploration teams?
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
It was you two that just came in, right?
Yes. I'm Chatot. I'm the Pokemon in the know around these parts. I am Guildmaster Wigglytuff's right-hand Pokemon. Now shoo, leave the premises. We have no time for salespeople or silly surveys. Off you go, if you please. No, that's not why we're here. We want to form an exploration team, so we came here. We want to get proper training.
What? Exploration team? Yeah, it's rare to see a kid like this want to apprentice at the guild, especially given how hard our training is.
Surely the steady stream of Pokemon that run away from our rigorous training proves how true that is.
Keep those words in mind.
Excuse me. Is the exploration team training that harsh?
What?
No. It's not true in the slightest. Our training program for exploration teams is as easy as can be. Well. I wish you'd told me up front that you wanted to be an exploration team. Hee hee. What a shift in attitude. Okay, let's get your team signed up right away. Follow me. Oh, anything wrong? Come on, over here! Quickly, please! This is the guild's second underground floor. This is mainly where the apprentices work. Team registration is this way. Come along, please. Oh, wow. We're 2 floors under the ground, but you could see outside. Oh, please, hush now. The guild's built into the side of the cliff. It's only natural you would be able to see outside. Oh. Now, here we are at Guildmaster Wigglytuff's chamber. On no account, I repeat, on no account, should you be discourteous to our Guildmaster. Guildmaster, it's Chatot! I'm coming in! Guildmaster, I present to you 2 Pokemon who wish to join our guild as apprentices. Guildmaster. Guildmaster? Hiya! I'm Wigglytuff! I'm the guild's Guildmaster! You want to form an exploration team? Then let's go for it! First, we need to register your exploration team's name. So tell me your name, please. Oh, our team name? I didn't think of a team name. What do you think would be a good name for us, Casey?
That is the canon name. It sucks. This will be the last name that I manually input. I figured it'd be cool to have every single other party member that we recruit along the way either be named after a follower or otherwise a chat suggestion name, just as something fun. Otherwise, we are Team Synapse.
Synapse. Team Synapse. I like it. It's a good name. It's perfect for us.
Especially since we're all about making connections.
All settled then. I'll register your team as Synapse. Registering. All registered. Yumta! Congratulations. From now on, you're an official exploration team. I present to you this in commemoration.
A team kit.
It's what every exploration team needs. Quick, open it up.
In our first exploration team kit, we get the Explorer's Badge, the Wonder Map, and a bag.
Oh wow, there's quite a bit in here. And that's your exploration badge. That's your Explorer badge. It's your official team identification. And there's the Wonder Map, which is which is a wonder of convenience. Finally, the treasure bag. It lets you carry items you find in the dungeon. Your successes as an exploration team can lead to bigger and bigger space for your bag. It's a very wonderful item. Have a peek inside.
Inside, the special band, a brown bow, and that's it.
Those 2 items are special. I'm sure they'll help you on your adventures. Thank you. We'll do our best. Yep. But you're only apprenticing right now, so do your best to train. We will. Let's always do our best, Casey.
This is your room.
Huh. We got beds. You'll live here while you work for us. Things will start getting busy for you tomorrow, so rise early and start living up to our code. Don't stay up late. Get to sleep early tonight. That's all. Say, are you awake, Casey? My heart's been racing all day, but I'm glad I finally forced myself to come here. I thought Wigglytuff would be kinda scary, but he's pretty nice. We'll experience all sorts of new stuff starting tomorrow, but I'm not very frightened. Actually, I can't wait to find out what new adventures are in store for us. I'm getting a little sleepy. Let's give it our all tomorrow. Sleep tight. Now I'm suddenly apprenticing at the guild. I gotta admit, it's pretty exciting to be in an exploration team. And it's fun to be friends with Celiana. But first things first. Who am I? How did I turn into a Pokemon? How did I end up unconscious on that beach? I'm feeling sleepy too. Thinking about it won't help right now. I better focus on the guild's work for tomorrow. If I do that, well, everything should come clear eventually. I'll get to the bottom of this. In time.
The next morning, while I stroke my beard. Hey! Hey there! Rise and shine!
My head is pounding. What a ridiculously loud voice. It almost blasted my eardrums.
Why are you still asleep? Wake up!
My poor ears.
Come on, snap out of it! I'm Loudred, and I'm a fellow apprentice. If you're late for our morning briefing, you'll be sorry, so move it! Guildmaster Wigglytuff has got a big temper. If you make him lose it. That'd be one very scary scene. I've got goosebumps just thinking about it. So anyway, I'm not about to get in trouble because you rookies get up late. Get in gear!
My ears are still ringing. What did he say? Something about getting ready? Oh, right. We signed up as apprentices at Wigglytuff's. But that means... we overslept. Come on!
You're late, rookies.
Hush. Your voice is ridiculously loud. Everyone seems to be present. Very well. Let us conduct our morning address. Guildmaster! The guild is in full attendance! Thank you, Guildmaster. Please address the crew. Cheesecake. Psst. Guildmaster Wigglytuff never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yep, looks like he's wide awake. His eyes are wide open, but he's fast asleep. Thank you, sir. We all value your, words of wisdom. Okay, Pokemon, take our Guildmaster's words of wisdom to heart.
What words?
Finally, let's not forget our morning cheers. All together now.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. 1. Don't shirk work. 2. Run away and pay. 3. Smiles go for miles.
Okay, Pokemon, get to work! Hey, you shouldn't just be wandering around here. You two, come here.
This is the usual gameplay loop for a good majority of the game. Wake up, attend the meeting, which lasts only a few seconds.
You're just beginners. We'll have you start off with this assignment. This is the job bulletin board. Pokemon from various regions post job requests here. You're aware that bad Pokemon are cropping up in greater numbers, right? Yeah, because the flow of time is getting messed up, it's wreaking havoc. Which is why lots of bad Pokemon are appearing. The flow of time is getting messed up? As in, hours and minutes? Do they mean something's gone wrong with the flow of time? And because of that, more and more Pokemon are appearing? What? That doesn't make any sense. What's going on here? Precisely. Time getting out of whack has caused an outbreak of bad Pokemon. Perhaps because of all that, we've noticed an increase in the number of jobs. In addition, and it's unknown if this is because of time's influence, there's also been a mass outbreak of mystery dungeons. So, Casey, you know how we got my relic fragment back yesterday, right? The place where we got it, that was a mystery dungeon. It changes each time you go into it. There's a different layout and different items each and every time you enter. If you faint in the middle of a dungeon, you'll lose about half your money and half your items or more. Finally, it kicks you out of the dungeon. They're really strange places. But every time you go inside one, there are always new things to discover. They really are fantastic places to explore. Well, you're quite informed, aren't you? That makes things easier for me to explain. Jobs all take place in mystery dungeons. So, let's look for a job that you should perform. Ah, yeah, maybe this'll do.
Someone ran off with a Spoink's Pearl, and we need to retrieve it. Said to be on a rocky bluff, but it's reported to be extremely unsafe.
Wait a second. We're gonna fetch an item that someone dropped? I'd rather go on a bigger adventure than that. You know, look for treasure, explore unknown places, things like that. Hush. Ugh. It's important that you rookies pay your dues. Now pay attention. I'll repeat the warning again to make sure they stick. You'll be forced out of a dungeon and sent back here if either of you faints. You'll also lose half your money and lose half your items or more. Be careful. If you understood all that, I suggest you get on with the job. This must be the bluff's entrance. Splunk's mission description said the pearl is on the 7th floor. It's very dangerous. Let's be careful. And do our best. The usual gameplay loop of a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game is... You wake up in the morning, go to the job boards, see what jobs exist, take as many jobs as you think you can manage for the dungeon that you plan to explore, go to that dungeon, complete those jobs, and end the day. Sounds simple, could be a lot more complicated than that. It depends on the dungeon, depends on the jobs too. At that, let's set an item. At that, examine some of the other items that we've got too. I've already explained the Oranberry. The Geopebbles that we have are things that you could throw at targets. Throwable items exist in two different flavors. There are thorns and stones. Stones can cross any distance provided that Pokemon is within approximately the room that you're within. Meanwhile, sticks can only be thrown in orthogonal lines and diagonals, but will travel until they hit a wall or until they travel up to 12 spaces. Yes, I counted. As for the bands that we have, the Special Band boosts the special attack of the Pokemon that wears it. And the brown bow here, a slight increase to all stats. This by itself is an invaluable item, and if anything, you should probably give it to your main party member. The color of the bow is determined by your aura color, which was established previously. Scratch. Other than that, the color doesn't really matter all that much. They all do the same thing. And that's the Geopebble at work. We also learned a new move. Ember. For the most part, moves tend to be fairly standard. You hold down a button. If you have one set, you hold down a button, then hit your attack button, which is A, to use it. You can only set one move at a time. Other than that, you have to navigate the menus in order to use any of your other moves. I didn't get around to explaining it while we were within the first dungeon either, but in tandem with the standard Pokemon moves that you have available, you could also do a basic attack like this. The basic attack is very piddly. It's meant to be an emergency move, because it deals very little damage to targets. But it can also be used to pass time. Sometimes just swinging your fist in the air is enough to get a Pokemon to move toward you, and get them in a more vulnerable position. Shiren the Wanderer type games are all about strategy, and especially so in comparison to standard Pokemon. One of the big ways they enforce this is through hunger. As you explore in a dungeon and use moves, your Pokemon will start to get hungry. If their hunger depletes to 0, you will rapidly lose health. As a result, make sure to carry a whole bunch of food items with you whenever you go dungeoneering. Apples are the main source, but you can also just feast upon berries and seeds too. There are also gummies. There are a variety of different gummies that you could find, each of them with a different color. Eating a gummy, period, will raise the IQ of a Pokemon. Yes, gummies make you smarter. Make your jokes. If the color of the gummy matches the Pokemon's type, then they gain extra IQ, and that's always good. So, in the case of my current party members, if I remember correctly, a white gummy would be ideal for Celiana here. Meanwhile, a red gummy will work for Casey. Gummies will restore 15 hunger. In case you wanted to know. Other than that, any and all seeds you consume will give you 5 hunger. The final item to note is hunger only applies to your main Pokemon. So, if you'll notice here, 94 belly. We have Celiana eat this white gummy. Nothing changed. But, because it was a white gummy, Celiana's IQ drastically increased. This is going to be important for something that we'll get to a lot later. In the meantime, defeat a bunch of Chingling. Ooh, an apple. There are 3 different types of apples, if I remember correctly. Basic, big, and perfect. Perfect apples will maximize your hunger, period. And if I remember correctly, if you eat it while at full hunger, then it will also increase your maximum belly size for the entirety of the dungeon. I know that doesn't make sense, but hey, it's how it works. Later Mystery Dungeon games would make it so that overeating would increase your belly size for the dungeon too, period, not just for perfect apples. Otherwise, big apples restore 50, and regular ones, 20. Ow. Wrong direction. Ooh, Celiana can learn a new move. Sand Attack. No thanks. It's Sand Attack. Blast Seed. We're going to be using a lot of these throughout the playthrough. The seeds that we've been picking up all have their own various effects to them. That's the wrong button. There we go. Blast Seeds will deal decent damage to a target in front of you when you eat it. If you choose to throw it, then it will instead deal damage to the target that it hits. Heal Seeds will remove any and all status problems you suffer. And there are also ailment seeds as well, such as the XI, which causes blindness. Actually, no, wait. It was either blindness or hallucination. I kind of want to test it now. Nom. Hallucination. Look at our sub-buddy. Cross-eyed status will muddle all targets on the map. Sometimes they will look very similar to one another, other times they'll look all mixed up. It is theoretically possible to target your party members like that. Especially so if it's one of your party members that's afflicted with the ailment. They'll also break rank and stop following you, so that's always bad. Pull Celiana out. Oh, I'm out of Ember. That's a problem. Well, I You know what? I don't think I need it. I have been getting a little too spammy with the moves. Usually I'm a little conservative. Again, this being a mystery dungeon game, it pays to be conservative. That's... I set Growl, didn't I? Yes, I... Oops. I didn't mean to set Growl. The most threatening thing in the world. Roaring at your enemy. Well, if it works for lions, it should work for Pokemon. This is a dicey situation. Cramped hallway. Hallways can be your best and worst friend in a Shiren the Wanderer type game. Because on the one hand, it will drastically reduce the amount of Pokemon that you have to fight, but it will also put you in a situation where you have to deal with only fighting by yourself, and your party members can't help you. At that, another thing I do want to bring up, that sky changes that didn't exist within Explorers of Time and Darkness, or any other Mystery Dungeon game, actually. Look-alike items. They are very hard to tell apart. For comparison, the Oran Berry and the Oren Berry. They are at least marked, but if you eat a pseudo-item, like this one, then it will instead harm you or otherwise inflict a status ailment. Not good to carry with you. Well, actually, it could be good to carry with you, because you could throw it at enemies, and they'll suffer the penalty. Which, again, it's one of the charms of Shiren the Wanderer. Even items that look like they're not exactly useful to have can still have their uses. And thanks for the reminder, game. IQ. This is what the gummies are for. As Pokemon level up and also eat gummies, they also gain additional battle traits. Item Master is one of the most important. That allows a Pokemon to use or throw its held item. It will use it judiciously, and by judiciously, I mean stupidly. In the case of something like an Oranberry, if it's taken damage, it will immediately consume the item. If it's something like a Gravel Rock, it will fling it until it's out. So be careful about that. Course Checker. It will always check around for walls to make sure that it's actually going to hit its target before using a move that would be distance-based. Exclusive Move User. This Pokemon will always use its moves as opposed to using its basic attack. This one you can toggle on and off whenever necessary, because sometimes you might want to conserve power on moves. And lastly, Item Catcher. Always leave this on. Item Catcher will make it so that a Pokemon will, well, catch any item that's thrown at them. If it's a damage-dealing item, then they instead have a chance to catch it. This is good, because even opponent Pokemon can use Gravel Rocks, for example. Let's just say I've had one too many instances where I've had that happen. Jeez, this Anorith. Taking a beating. There's the stairs. Good. And a Heal Seed.
There we go. Explored the area. Let's get out of here. And to our boss.
Over there. This has to be Spoink's pearl. Let's take it back to them.
Oh, wait, no boss. Forgot. Sometimes getting through a story mission won't have a boss at the end. That's just how it works. Every time you complete a job, you can gain items and also money. In this case, we get a protein, a calcium, iron. Oh, crap. We don't have access to the storage box yet. I have never been in this situation before. Wow. I guess we're throwing away the Oren? And what looks to be 2,000 Poke.
Wow. We can have all of this? Of course, of course! That's nothing compared to my pearl's value. Farewell.
About that.
We're rich. All of a sudden, we're rich. Well done, team. Now, hand that money over, if you please. Excuse me? Most of the money from jobs goes to the guildmaster, you see. And your team's share of the money comes out to
10%. 10%. But we did say we were interning, so I guess it makes sense.
That's not fair. Well, that's the guild's rule. You simply have to accept it.
It also makes sense to respect, because it's kind of one of those instances of, hey, we're a guild, we need all this money to actually maintain ourselves. And maintain themselves, they desperately need to do. Look at all of this food. All of those berries. I could run the calculations and say that that one meal alone right there, assuming there are about 7 berries on a person's plate, to feed a single one of these guild members would cost anywhere around 2,500 to 3,000 Poke. What we made on the job. Yeah, they need the money.
Say, Casey? Today was pretty hectic with everything we went through, wasn't it? But I'm glad our first job turned out so well. I was really mad about how Wigglytuff's guild took most of the money. But I guess that's the cost of training. Can't do much about it. What made me really happy today, though, was getting thanked by Spoink. I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to bed. Let's try our best again tomorrow. Sleep tight.
The next morning, while I stroke my beard. Save. And get moving.
Oh, you two. Still wandering around lost, it seems. Come with me. Oh. Last time we did a job, it was from the board on the left. Correct. Today, we'll have you do a job listed on the right. How's this different from the board on the other side? Take a closer look. Huh. They show a variety of Pokemon. That looks sort of cool. Are they famous explorers? Who are they, Chatot? The Pokemon posted here are outlaws. They're all shady creatures. They're wanted for committing crimes. Oh, they're wanted by the law? Correct. So, there are bounties on their heads. In other words, there's a cash reward if you capture one. There are so many aggressive Pokemon around these days that everyone's finding it hard to keep up with the problem. And we're supposed to go catch these outlaws? That's not possible. Just joking. The bad Pokemon out there come in all shades of badness. Some of those Pokemon are completely wicked through and through, but there are also Pokemon who are mostly petty thieves. You've got evil to naughty and everything in between. So I'm sure we could avoid giving you a job catching a super bad Pokemon. Hee. So look over these posters, then pick a Pokemon that looks weak enough for you to take down. You say some are weak, but they're still bad Pokemon, aren't they? I'm scared of dangerous Pokemon. It's all part of your training. You'll work through it, I'm sure. But I suppose you do need to be prepared to confront a tough opponent. I'll have someone give you a tour of the facilities. Hey, Bidoof! Bidoof!
Yup. You cold?
Ah, Bidoof. These are the new recruits that just joined us. Take them and show them around the town.
Yes, sirree. By golly, I'll do just that. Yup.
This is Bidoof. He's one of your fellow apprentices. I'll want you to pay attention to what Bidoof has to say and follow his orders. Up you go.
Oh, shucks. I'm overjoyed.
What's that?
I'm glad to have members junior to me. I'm almost overcome right now. I might just blubber with happiness. Before you all signed on, I was the most recent rookie. Well, I'd best show you around. Come with me, please.